Hi, this is Shinhwa Lee, Professor of Department of Political Science and International Relations here at Korea University. I would like to congratulate the 30th anniversary of the Ilmin International Relations Institute. Actually, I have a very special feeling to celebrate this anniversary because it's been already 28 years since I first encountered with the Ilmin. Of course, I was a baby at that time. Well, the founder and professor and former ambassador and former foreign minister Han Seung-ju, who founded the Ilmin Institute, invited me to help him for a UNESCO project conducted by the Ilmin at the time as a part-time basis. On a partner basis, and that was the beginning. I worked with it, and since then I had such a great and memorable event at my heart. So I would say the history of the Ilmin is aligned with my own intellectual history. Well, today I also am privileged to be on the round table together with eminent scholars from different countries. Probably I will speak for the Korean perspectives. Of course, I will probably start with what kind of challenges we have it. Of course, intensifying the great power rivalry, particularly between U.S. and China, and also the fragmentation of the democratic countries at the very same time for ascendance of the autocratic the states' solidarity, particularly among China, Russia, and North Korea. And unfortunately, all of them are nuclear state in this region. And then how we, Korea and Japan, so-called democratic state in the same region with no nuclear weapons, can deal with nuclear armed the countries. I think those things are the big challenges we are dealing with. But on top of it, the Trump's United States is posed another important challenges for us because we tend to take granted for credibility of the alliance, right? But I think it looks like a transactional diplomacy from the U.S. Gave us a very different narratives and even pressures for what we should do. So having said that, probably we need a grand strategist, but we are not small power, but we are not big powers, right? We are, I would say, advanced middle powers. But advanced middle powers, we should have a grand strategist. But unfortunately, we have already structural constraints to only making our own grand strategies. So while we somehow stick to our grand strategies, like for instance, anchoring firmly in the U.S.-Korea alliances, but we also have to think about what kind of agile and resilient tactics we can play with in order to have our own survivor, not only survivors to defend our national interest, but also try to promote common goods that can eventually good the benefit for our own national interest and the global the peace and security. So having said that, I would say maybe we have to be very flexible to try to deal with the U.S. While, as I said, the U.S. alliance with U.S. is the important like a backbone. But in addition to that, we have having a very delicate and also very tight triangles with Korea, Japan, and U.S. And at the same time, we shouldn't just give up for Korea, China, Japan triangles. What kind of leverage or rooms of cooperation we can make, we have to be diligent to pursue about that as well. And at the same time, we have to think about what we should do with the Camp David summit among Korea, US, Japan, and all the summit leaders has been replaced, and those domestic politics determine the many foreign policies, and I think Camp David issue is one of them, and how we can institutionalizing our original trilateral cooperation among US, Korea, and Japan. At the same time, how we can maintain, at least for the risk the management status at least among Korea, China, and Japan also have to go to juxtapose. And having said that, I think we also have to think about what we can do for global South. That means the great power like US and China appears to give up to providing the global common goods. But you remember the Thucydides trap, that is the competition between great powers over hegemony is very dangerous. But not only that, Kindelberger the trap, that is the failure of great powers provision of the public goods, can also directly or indirectly lead to the global instability, if not war itself. So for that, I think we, advanced middle power or resilient democratic middle power, can do some role in providing common goods or global common goods or regional common goods to the global South. I think that's a pivotal. Not only to once again defend our own national interest, but also to define us as a reliable and credible stakeholders in this very uncertain and also very perilous the international order. So those things I would like to discuss about a little bit in details with some examples today.